Okay, we're here at Gamescom catching up on Warframe, and you explained to us a little bit that you're all over the place here, basically, showing off the game in various places.
Yes, we are. We are showing here in this sort of man cave. We are showing Warframe running on PlayStation 4. We showed it a month ago at E3, and we've been optimizing and working on it a bit more. So now we're 4 months since we've had our hands on the dev kits. We're here showing PlayStation 4 version of Warframe, and then over crazy across the most hugest game show I've ever been to in my whole life. It's like 5 times bigger than E3. I can't believe it. We have 12 stations running PC version of Warframe, so players are space ninjaing all over this conference. It's awesome.
So we caught up with Sheldon at E3.
Yeah,
so, but now I got the creative director here, and I got to ask you a little bit about the concept that you set up here. How did it come to be? Because I know it's connected to Dark Sector and what was done with that.
Yeah. So about 10 years ago, we worked on a tech demo, and we were inspired by Metal Gear Solid and Guyver and Cowboy Bebop and Akira. We had all of these crazy like anime and manga influences, and we just made the most crazy, obscure sci-fi ninja game that we wanted to make. So we made this little tech demo, and I brought it around to publishers and said, what do you think of this crazy thing? And they said, oh, your tech's amazing and the art's incredible. I can't believe this thing. Can you make a World War II game for us? So we stopped. We put this idea on the shelf. We toned down and made that idea more conventional, and we shipped that, and that was called Dark Sector. Now, when we went back to say, what's the studio going to do next? We looked at trying to do something on our own dime, something that we wouldn't involve a publisher, we would take all the blame and all the responsibility for. So we looked at XBLA and PSN, and then we saw this sort of thing that was emerging, which was free to play. And it gave us a chance to take our kind of mid-sized independent studio and make something on our own. So we brought those old ideas back and we rebooted it as Warframe.
I think there's a lot of studios that are taking this stance now. I was talking to Zombie Studios who are sort of similar path that you're doing, so moving away from work for hire to sort of your own publishing, free to play. What has that transformation been like for the studio? Has the studio changed in any way, or are you still the same old digital extremes?
It has changed us fundamentally. Absolutely, fundamentally to our core, because we don't work for publishers anymore, we work for players. And the reason I'm actually here showing it on PlayStation 4 is because our players bought founders packages and they supported the game, and they got behind and said, you know what, maybe a publisher didn't believe in a Space Ninja game, but we sure as hell do. And they bought into us and let us grow the team. So we used to have other projects that we were working on, and when we started Warframe last March, we had like 10 guys and then 30 guys, and we worked on a prototype, and we put it out into closed beta, and it just took off. And then we started saying no to projects, and now we can build the Warframe as massive as possible. We hired our own PR, we hired community support people. Warframe is actually pretty big in Japan, so we hired people that could speak Japanese so they could do our customer support. So it has changed the company fundamentally, in a great way, in an awesome way. Yeah.
Absolutely, and you already got a big player base. I don't know the exact numbers now. It's in the millions.
Yeah, well, everyone likes to boast about their sign-up numbers, but yeah, we're 3 million sign-ups. Yeah, it's awesome.
and of course, PS4 is a new audience there for you, ripe for, and I think it's sort of first time that console is really embracing free-to-play from the beginning.
They've been sort of dabbling in it a little bit, haven't they? And yeah, now you're seeing, well, you'll see, you were talking to the Blacklight guys, you're going to see PlanetSide. For us, we're going to be there day and date. November 29th here in Europe, and November 15th, you're going to spend all your money on your PlayStation 4. I got no money left for games. You can play Warframe's free Space Ninja game.
And are you looking to sort of, will players be able to play cross-platform, or because I understand that could be an issue with updates and so forth.
That's right. That's right. That was one of our big questions when Sony reached out to us in April. They said, what would you think about bringing Warframe to PlayStation 4? Can we self-publish? Yes. Oh, all right. Are you going to support the free-to-play model like you were asking about? Yes, hell yes, we are. Okay, this is the big one. Can we update it every few weeks like we do PC? Yes. So if we are adding new content and adding new things for players, then we get to self-publish the game, which means that we can update the game as one Warframe universe with PC and PlayStation 4 players playing together. I mean, we're never going to do something like, oh, there's a cool new jetpack and it's only on PlayStation 4. What a betrayal of the people that supported and believed in the game and let us build it up that would be. So updating frequently is the lifeblood of Warframe, and it's going to continue on PlayStation.
And if you look into the future a little bit, what's the next big things that players can look forward to?
In Warframe? Yeah. The next big things, well, I mean, we're weeks away from our huge update 10. There's going to be this the biggest boss we've ever done. So most of our bosses are kind of this big. This is a 3-story boss. It's sort of like Shadow of the Colossus. We have new locations going in, a new Warframe that we're adding, as well as more experimentation into the PvP side of the game.
What does that experimentation involve?
Well, without giving away too much, there's going to be these locations throughout the star chart that allows players to do more dueling. Before, dueling required a dojo, and it would be only just between clan members. Now we're going to bring that out a little bit and experiment with 2v2 and 1v1 duels between other people. So I think it's going to be really awesome. I hope it takes off.
Right. So normally I would end every interview here with like when's the release date and when's coming out on what platforms. We sort of know that, and it's sort of out there. Players can just jump on. So where should they head?
Well, they should, if they want to play it right now and become a Space Ninja, they should head to warframe.com and download it. It's a quick download, and sign up now. We're going to let you bring your account to PlayStation 4. We had some players who saw the PlayStation 4 version and was like, oh, my laptop's kind of slow. I'm going to get it on PlayStation 4. Will I be able to bring my stuff over? Absolutely you will. And then in November 29th, when the console releases here in Europe, or November 15th in North America, download it that day.
And you get a head start on the rest of the PS4 players.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. You'll be way leveled up before they get it.
All right. Thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.